Hello, it's me, Andy from Blitz Gaming. Hope you're all having a great weekend. So I've not made a video for a while. As I said in my last one, I've been decorating my house, fitting the kitchen, all sorts of stuff. So it's taken its time. Plus, I've had a new heart operation, so I've been extremely exhausted. So yeah, we're back to making videos now, hopefully. So what's the latest? Intel's ARC graphic card, the A380, has been released around the world, but I've not seen one anywhere to buy. It's a bit like a paper launch really. There are benchmarks which are available on the net. They're based on old drivers, so I won't go by them because Intel said there's been massive updates on their driver work. So when we get our hands on one, we will test it because it's around what, $140 apparently. So basically, it's the cheapest budget card available. So being a budget channel, it'd be great to get our hands on one. Okay, AMD's Ryzen 7000. We had the announcement on the 29th. It's been released on the 27th. We will go through all the details now and if it's worth buying or should we wait for Raptor Lake. Let's see.
Hello everyone.
So Zen 4 is 5nm, comes with DDR5 memory support only and PCI Express 5 support on an AM5 platform.
Our designers have done it again. We've exceeded our performance goals for Zen 4, and that allows us to deliver leadership core performance. Now, earlier this year, we estimated that Zen 4 would deliver an 8 to 10% uplift in IPC compared to Zen 3. And I'm extremely excited to say today that as we optimize the product for production, we now see 13% more IPC in desktop applications. Now, we also designed Zen 4 for high clock speed. So from a frequency standpoint, we've increased the frequency at the top of the stack to 5.7 gigahertz. That's 800 megahertz higher than we did in Ryzen 5000. And as a result, Ryzen 7000 single-threaded performance is up 29% higher compared to Ryzen.
So it's got a 13% IPC uplift, and with the extra clock speed, what's about 800 megahertz over the last series, it comes out 29% average IPC. So yeah, it's a big boost. At the end of the day, and it's coming in with 170 watts TDP, 80 meg level 3 cache. So yeah, it's looking promising in the speed requirements.
Let's take a look at some of the performance. If you look at the performance in 1080p gaming compared to the 5950X, the 7950X delivers on average 15% more performance across a range of popular games, and that comes from the single-threaded performance increases. Now, for creators, the combination of our Zen 4 core and our AM5 platform delivers on average more than 40% compared to the 5950X. And that's where you really see the content creation capabilities come alive. Now, let's compare to the competition. You can see that the Ryzen 7950X is the fastest CPU in the world.
Now, if you go by these benchmarks, I'd say these with a grain of salt. Even though they could be pretty close, but we don't know the exact setups of both systems, so I wouldn't go by them too much. So yeah, it's looking promising. I can't say anything else but that at this time. Efficiency wise, I mean, way better than the competition. We all know the 12900K, it uses 220 odd watts. It's greedy at the end of the day for its performance, and the 13900K, when it turns up, is even worse. So yeah, we can't complain where, yeah, get the energy down and make its efficiency as possible.
Using 3 more Ryzen 7000 processors today, ranging from the 12-core 7900X to our 8-core and 6-core 7700X and 7600X. And these will all bring the leadership performance of Zen 4 across all price points. Now, in fact, if you look across this stack, what you see is that all 4 of our new Ryzen 7000 CPUs deliver faster single-thread performance in Geekbench than the competition. And as everyone knows, faster single-thread performance is great for gaming. So let's take a look at our mainstream 7600X and how that compares to the competition. Here you can see the Ryzen 7600X on the right and the competition on the left, both running F1 2022. And while you see smooth gameplay in both cases, the 7600X consistently delivers significantly higher frames per second. In fact, by the end of the benchmark, what you'll see is that the 7600X is actually 11% faster. That's our mainstream price point against the competition's best. Now, if you look across a broader set of games, the mainstream 7600X delivers on average 5% faster gaming performance. And that's really, when you look at it, just an incredible capability at our mainstream price point.
Okay, so the 7600X is 5% average, according to AMD, better than Intel's 12900K. Now, this doesn't include the X3D chip, which is due to come out hopefully the first quarter of next year. So yeah, I wish they released the X3Ds at the same time, but it hasn't happened. Again, it is looking promising, but the actual platform itself is expensive. DDR5 is not cheap, and the cheapest motherboards they are stating will start at $125. So yeah, when you consider those, it's not a cheap platform, and how well it goes against the competition is going to be quite competitive, especially when you can get an Intel setup still using DDR4.
For clock uplift, 13%. We've added a new front-end design to better feed our execution pipes. For machine learning and high computation workloads, we have expanded our x86 instruction support to include AVX 512. And lastly, we leveraged the most cutting-edge process node along with AMD design efficiencies to bring these significant.
Also comes with AVX 512. Now, Intel have had that in the past, and it hasn't gone down too well. Being energy, not particularly energy efficient, and other sort of bugs, and God knows what. So it'd be nice to know what AMD have done to solve the problems.
As we go into AM5, we'll offer 2 classes of motherboards, the X series and the B series. The X series boards, which will be available in September, are built to be uncompromising, with the highest power delivery and overclocking headroom across CPU and memory, along with the most I/O across the board. While every X series board will offer PCI 5 storage, X670 Extreme boards will enable PCI 5 to graphics as well as storage slots on the board. We're also announcing our B series boards available in October, which strike the balance between enabling next-generation technologies and great value for the end user. Just like the X series, you'll see B series Extreme boards, which offer similar capabilities with PCI 5 graphics and storage.
As I said earlier, the B650 motherboards start off at $125. Now, they have also stated that's going to go down to the motherboard manufacturer. It's only what AMD are stating a basic price. So you can bet your ass that they're going to be dearer than that. which is a pain because you can get motherboards at this moment for the AM4 platform for $75. So yeah, the price has gone up a tremendous amount of more money. Now I've got no idea what sort of price the extreme boards are going to be out. Now if you go by the pricing, what was posted a few months ago, we got them all inflated. But you're probably talking about at least $300 upwards for the cheapest extreme boards. So yeah, we're talking a lot of money for the platform. As I said earlier, it's not a budget platform. There's no A chipset. There will be an A chipset, but it won't come out until DDR5 comes down. It's a bit pointless releasing an A chipset when... Okay, so you've seen what AMD are offering. Should you wait for Raptor Lake? Well, I think Raptor Lake will be faster in multi-threading. Basically, it's got more cores. Well, it uses, well, at this moment, going by engineer samples, it's using up to 350 watts. So, well, if you're going to do 100 watts more, or over 100 watts more than AMD, I'd expect you to be faster. And on top of that, I mean, if you're doing 350 watts, I'd like to know what type of cooling you're supposed to use, because when you bring that, if you go back to Alder Lake, Intel's 12900K, with a water cooler, that was extremely hot. Yeah, and that was doing 225, 240 watts. So, yeah, 350 watts. Oh, personally, I'll probably keep away from one. It's like, how am I going to call this machine to be worth running? So yeah, it'd be nice to see. I mean, Raptor Lake, I think will come out in October. To take the multi-thread crown. I think it's going to be very close on gaming. But you've got to remember, AMD have the X3D version coming out. Rumour will go by the rumour, it's going to come out at CES. So we're talking about it'll be announced in January, and it will probably come out in March, because most of their stuff comes out in March. If it's a beginning of the year release. And then I think it just basically, in gaming wise, it just destroyed Intel for the time being. No idea what comes next after these two chips, so, or when they're coming out. So yeah, let's see what happens. I suggest you don't all go out and buy one until at least Raptor Lake's been released, so you know what's the best. And if you can wait long enough, yeah, wait for the X3D version from AMD. Make your mind up where you go. And obviously, the longer you wait, DDR5 comes down, it makes it more attractive. Because DDR5 is lots and lots of money at the moment, and it doesn't have particularly great timings, which is also not great at this time. So yeah, if you add DDR4, good DDR4 board with good fast DDR4 memory, you'll probably find it probably does a better job than DDR5 at this time. So well, okay, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one, which should be, I should do another video of Star Trek and Euro Truck Tycoon sometime this week. Okay, have fun, see you all later.